A few months ago, one of my clients sent me an email. They're planning to retire in a few years and they're thinking about listing their home about a year before that. And they wanted to know if they're on the right track. They listed everything they've already done: new roof, new windows, updated bathrooms, kitchen improvements, new flooring. And while I was reading it, I realized this is exactly how most homeowners prepare for selling. They just keep improving the house. But here's the problem. Some of those projects will absolutely help when they sell. Some won't change the value much at all, and a few could actually cost far more than they'll ever get back. My name's Kyle Veevers, and thanks for clicking on this video. If you enjoy it, I'd love it if you would give it a like and get subscribed to our growing YouTube community. If you want to work with one of the most experienced teams, we'd love the opportunity to speak with you. You can book a call in the first link in the description. So today I want to walk you through how I would advise my client, and hopefully it'll help if you're planning to sell in the next few years. What should we renovate before we sell? Google will give you lists and there are magazine articles, but after seeing thousands of homes sell, there are patterns you only notice once you've watched buyers walk through enough houses. The biggest thing I noticed wasn't actually the renovations, it was the timeline. They're thinking about selling almost several years before listing. That is incredibly smart. Most people call a realtor 6 weeks before they want to move. Now everything becomes rushed. Painting, repairs, decluttering, contractors, and storage. Decisions get made under pressure. When you start years ahead, you spread the cost out. You have time to shop for contractors, and most importantly, you avoid panic spending and every project gets done properly. That's one of the biggest advantages almost nobody talks about. Here's something I explain all the time. A new roof doesn't usually increase the selling price by the cost of the new roof. Neither do windows or furnace or plumbing and electrical. Why? Because buyers expect those things to work. Think about your own car. If someone says the brakes work, you don't pay extra, you expect the brakes to work. Homes are no different. These improvements don't usually create excitement, they remove objections, and that's incredibly valuable because buyers stop wondering what else hasn't been maintained. So when my client tells me new roof, new windows, and structural beam, those are fantastic investments. Not because they necessarily add dollar for dollar value, but because they'll make buyers feel confident, and confidence sells houses. Now let's talk about the renovations buyers actually notice. Kitchens, bathrooms, lighting, flooring, and fresh paint tend to have the biggest emotional impact. What's interesting about my client is that they didn't completely gut the kitchen. They refreshed it. New counters, sink, lighting, hardware, and paint. That's often a much smarter financial decision. Most buyers don't compare your kitchen to the newest custom home, they compare it to other homes in your price range. That's a huge difference. Sometimes a $20,000 refresh performs almost as well as an $80,000 renovation. Here's where homeowners get into trouble. They renovate for themselves, not for the future buyer. And that's okay, as long as you're honest about why you're doing it. Want a dream kitchen? Go for it. Love a luxury spa ensuite? Build it. If you're going to enjoy it for years, but don't assume every buyer will pay you back. Some renovations improve your lifestyle. Some improve resale. Sometimes they overlap, and sometimes they don't. Knowing the difference can save tens of thousands of dollars. One thing my client mentioned really stood out. She wants to bring in a designer about a year before selling. I actually love that idea, not because she's planning expensive renovations, because trends change. Paint colors change, lighting and fixtures change. A designer can often tell you, don't spend $30,000, spend $3,000 here and $2,000 there. Paint this, replace those fixtures, change this hardware. Now the whole home feels current. Sometimes small updates make an older home feel 10 years newer. If you're planning to sell in the next few years, here's what I'd focus on. First, keep up with maintenance. Don't ignore the shingles, the windows, the HVAC, or structural issues. Second, refresh things buyers actually see every day. Paint, lighting, bathrooms, flooring, kitchen updates where they make sense. Third, don't renovate based on HGTV. Renovate based on your local market, because what buyers expect in a major city can be completely different from what buyers expect in a rural setting. That's why every renovation decision should start with one simple question. Will the next buyer actually value this? Not, do I? Those are two very different questions. If you're planning to sell in the next 2, 3, or even 5 years, and you're wondering where to spend your renovation dollars, leave a comment below. I'd be happy to point you in the right direction. And if you enjoy practical real estate advice, subscribe to the channel. That's exactly what you'll find here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.